another one coming out. There's always one of them. There's a million of them, but perfect from the area. He lives in Delaware, right up the road. He's going to be on the card. He's a good come-at-you, blood and guts type guy also. And we've got Ardrick Butler. He's good at basketball player, now boxing. Bad record, coming along. And then we've got a couple other guys, and most people really don't know a whole lot about yet, but also definitely have that everybody knows. Won the Mexico games was Joey DeBaco. Real good, basically an undersized heavyweight as you call him, but real good fighter on his way up. Like we said, Night of the Rising Stars. And here's one of our stars right here. Say a few words there for our first show here at Harrah's in Chester.
It's going to be a good show.
Stand up to the stakes. And also, I want to let you know first, I am standing up. I'm not really sitting. Tell them what you got planned.
I ain't got nothing planned.
You got nothing planned? Oh, we're in trouble. You're going to fight, right?
Yeah, I'm going to fight.
All right, well, tell them what you want to do.
I'm going to fight.
You're going to fight and tell them what you're going to do.
It's going to be a good fight. I don't know much about the guy I'm fighting, but the game plan to get popped in the mouth.
See, all right, well, then, you know what, that's probably the best answer I've heard, because everybody always has a plan and this and that, like they always say, that plan goes out the window. That first punch, yeah, exactly.
Start running.
Yeah, we got, like I said, we got this plan for a good, set of shows that are going to keep coming up, and, with Don and David and all, we're all working together to make good knockdown, drag them out fights, like the guy he's fighting's no slouch. So that's up in the air, and I know Vic, he just wants to fight, and they're the kind of guys we want, like I said, we got guys like John Core want to come out there, I wouldn't say that at this point he's a rising star, but he's coming to look to knock somebody out, you know what I mean? So he's looking to knock somebody down. This is going to be a great event to start off the kick. We're going to keep moving on with, Don's got the plans for the Cash and Bobby Gunn fight, which there's another two bangers that'll go, that's like a train wreck coming right at you. So, you're just going to see action, and that's what people want to see. You know what I mean? What do you got to say? Anything?
It's going to be a great night. And just to bring, some of you may not be aware of why we're here, but probably about 2.5 months ago, 3 months ago, I got a call from Joey I. And by the way, those of you that don't know, and there's probably everyone that does, not only is he a promoter, he is the #1 cut man, believe me, and probably in the world. He's one of the 2 or 3 best. And that's what I enjoy using him as, much more than I do as a promoter, okay? Because he's one hell of a cut man. But Joey called me a couple of months ago, and he said, they want to do fights at Harrah's. He said, I have a very good friend that's there, and why don't we go down and have a talk? And we did, and met Hugo, and this thing just started taking off. All of the brass is completely behind this. It's just been a thrilling, at this point, marriage, which I think is going to get nothing but stronger and stronger. And the plan is to make this a monthly boxing show. And yes, on the 24th of February, Harrah's here in Chester is going to have one of the biggest cruiserweight fights of the year, any place in America or the world, with Randy Cash, the undefeated Israeli cruiserweight, 25 years old, against former world champion Bobby Gunn. And this is a fight that can't go 5 rounds. It's going to be explosive, and whoever wins is very well in line for a world title fight within 6 months. And that's happening here. We're just making plans, monthly shows. I just received a call, just to make you all aware, from Hector Camacho Jr. He just made me a hell of an offer to come here in April. in May. So I can imagine Hector Camacho Jr. could well be headlining a card here at Harrah's in May. I can recognize everyone here, but Ardrick Butler, one of my favorite question marks in boxing. The question is he going all the way or isn't he? This gentleman has become a very good friend, and these are just the great kind of guys that we need in boxing. This is Andy Touchstone. He's an attorney, all right? He's getting into boxing, and he has picked a fighter that he thinks can go all the way. and we're going to have a very good idea when he fights against Eric Draper, who, by the way, is a federal marshal. All right? And I think that alone is another interesting story. It's going to be a great night. And by the way, talking about John Poor, somewhat local, John is coming down to cruiserweight. He's already said he wants the winner of the cash fight. And that could be like, wow. So he's coming down, and he's going to be weighing about 205 pounds for this fight. And he's fighting a Zephyrino Albino, a very ordinary record of 3-12. But there's a lot of questions about what John Poor has or doesn't have. And this could incredibly, as some people that know Albino well, say Poor is in for one big surprise. This is a 4-round fight that I guarantee you won't go 4 rounds. Our other associate, David Feldman, to say a few words, of course.
Obviously, I'm just happy to be here, happy to be on board with this, I think, a historic event, bringing boxing back to Delaware County. We had a nice run in the late 90s. We were doing fights in Essington, which is right down the street from here, and we did a lot of great club shows, and it's great to be partnered up with Harrah's in this event, and just very excited, like you said, Don. I mean, Victor Vasquez, I did a show at the Philadelphia Spectrum a couple years back, and he was exciting, unbelievable. His fans are exciting. They just bring a lot of excitement to the game. John Poor, it's kind of like a resurrection for him. He's coming back. He went back to his old trainer, which happens to be my father, Marty Feldman. He's getting back to his game plan. He's banging. He's not trying to box. He's I just think we have a really explosive night of boxing. A lot of up and coming stars and a lot of guys that just want to come back and make it to the next level. And it's great to be associated with Joey I and Don Elbaum in boxing. I wouldn't be associated with him anywhere else. But I'm just very excited, like these guys are. Man, what a way to kick off this event, and with the card of all the up and coming fighters in Philadelphia, man, it's going to be so exciting. And have someone like Dan Grafton, who has an amazing story, and Don didn't really touch on that. Dan Grafton's mother is actually in the hospital right now, and the last thing that I said to him before she went back in the hospital was, go out and get a knockout for me. So I just think it's a really good story that we have here, being partnered up again with Harrah's, Joey I, Don Elbaum. I think it's just one knockout combination.
It's a good one. Knockout combination. You're going to use that for the history.
Before we go any questions, there are 2 people that I gotta say a very big thank you to. This wasn't completely my idea or anything like this, but we have to, when it was posed to me by these 2 people, it all just worked out, and that's Hugo and Johnny Gibbs. Without Johnny here talking to me and getting involved and us mentioning this about Hugo and us all sitting down together, it probably wouldn't have clicked with me right off the bat, you know what I mean? So I want to thank Johnny, I want to thank Hugo for, bringing this to light.
Hey, I'd like to ask you guys.